In the United States, a high-profile incident has triggered an intense response from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. Agents moved with an urgency, sirens, search team, and a suburb neighborhood that is suddenly under heavy scrutiny. You know what is the location? A house in Torrance that is part of a larger Los Angeles metropolitan area. A quiet, tree-lined street, and that too in one of the area's oldest neighborhood. The kind of place where nothing unusual ever happens until now. Well, at the center of this investigation is called Thomas Allen. Not a very well-known figure though, but somebody with a public profile. But now a name dominating the headlines across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, according to reports, Allen was a tutor by profession, educated, soft-spoken, and living what appears to be a routine life. In fact, he was also said to be an amateur video game developer, spending time building projects and working independently. On the surface, there was nothing that suggested a connection to a high-profile security incident, right? But investigators believe that there may be more beneath that surface. Because this case is linked to a shocking moment in Washington, D.C., gunfire at one of the most high-profile gatherings in the country, the White House Respondents Association dinner. This was an event attended by top journalists, political leaders, influential figures, a space where security is typically at its highest level. And yet, something went wrong. The incident triggered immediate concern at the highest level of law enforcement, by the way. Within hours, the investigation expanded across states, eventually leading federal agents to California. And that is where the focus shifted to Allen's residence. Public records show that he lived with his family, the oldest of 4 siblings, with 2 younger sisters and a brother. A typical household with no immediate sign of disruption from the outside, right? 2 vehicles were seen parked in the driveway. A blue scooter, reportedly used by Allen, it was visible on the front lawn. When reporters arrived at the scene, there was no response. No one answered the door. The house, it remained quiet even as it became the center of national attention. Investigators are now working to piece together a timeline, looking into digital activity, communication record, travel history, and any possible connection that explains what led to that incident. Early reports suggest that Allen held strong views on political matters, including opposition to the policies associated with the US President, Mr. Donald Trump. But officials, they have not really confirmed a clear motive till now. In fact, there is also growing broader concern about security, specifically at high-profile public events. How did the situation escalate? In fact, were there any warning signs, and could this be prevented or not? These are the questions authorities are now trying to answer, because cases like this, it highlights a deeper reality that individuals who appear very ordinary, it can sometimes be linked to extraordinary events. And in today's interconnected world, digital footprints, personal beliefs, and access to information, it can all play a key role in shaping outcomes. For now, the investigation remains active. Authorities are continuing to gather evidence, verify claims, and understand the full scope of what really happened.